Alright, time for that hot takes video. Let's see how many comments I got. Oh, hello everybody, and welcome to Disventure Camp Hot Takes. Now, a week ago, I made a post asking you guys to give me your most hottest, disgusting takes that will make 95% of the Disventure Camp community to jump you. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and I'm just going to say it right now. You guys did not hold back. Like, some of these takes are gross, so let's just get right into it. Also, thanks for 400 subscribers. Hopefully we can get to 500 subscribers by like the middle of August. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Alright, first take comes from Damien Fortune, who says, I adore Olivia so much and I'm glad she made it to the merge. Yeah, this is just gonna be great, you guys. Okay, so, yeah, I disagree so hard with this take. I think Olivia's like bottom 10 right now. I highly doubt she'll ever get any better. I hate Olivia. Like, I get that she has issues with becoming a friend and all, but like the problem is she spends like the first quarter of the season just harassing Ren, basically. That on its own is already bad enough. She's also just a carbon copy of Gabby, but with all of her worst traits cranked up to 11. I mean, she's not as unlikable as Gabby, but I think she's more annoying than Gabby, which is a huge feat. That's a huge accomplishment. So hats off to Olivia, but I don't like her at all. So yeah, I disagree with this take. All right, next hot take comes from Julia Was Here, who says, Riya was a nice ship while it lasted. I'd say so. I think the main problem with Riya is obviously decast, but like, if we're completely disregarding that season, then yeah, Riya was a pretty good ship. So yeah, I agree with this take. Alright, next comment comes from Not Nickox, who says, Anastasia is really overrated in season 5. She is just a support character and everyone suddenly starts to glaze her. Absolutely. I think Anastasia is the third most overrated character in all of this Adventure Camp. It's either her or Ashley. I think Ashley and her are like tied for third place right now. I can't decide who is more overrated, but yeah, I don't like Anastasia in season 5 at all. Okay, so the main problem I have with her is that everything that made Anastasia is completely just gone. And also, she just completely sucks the life out of Rosa, Lake, and Gabby. Up until episode 7, which is the episode she got eliminated, all Lake, Gabby, and Rosa do is become Anastasia's cheerleaders. After Anastasia got eliminated, 2 of the 3 characters got worse. Both Gabby and Rosa got way worse. Lake just stayed the same. And also, I know people love to praise Anastasia and Alex arc, dynamic, but it was barely even a dynamic. Anastasia said like 2 things to him, and then he's just gone. I think the much better option was just swap Anastasia out with Rosa. I think everybody wanted that. So yeah, I agree with this take. Alright, next comment comes from Waterhat6232, who says, Tristan is an atrocious character. Okay. There's already a lot to talk about here. Immediately, I have to disagree. Tristan is nowhere near an atrocious character. I think they are definitely overrated, kind of. I mean, in a way, because people say that they're like top 3 character, which I just don't believe. I think they're like 7th best, only because they have an amazing personality, but the problem is they have 0 plot relevance, which I can brush off because they went out so early. But yeah, I disagree with this take. Alright, next take comes from Meowling, who says, Jade is actually overrated. Now, if you saw my Q&A video that you already know, I agree with this take wholeheartedly. Jade is the most nothing burger character of all time. I used to think she's mid, but now I think she's bad because of how mid she is. She's so mid that it makes her below mid. She does absolutely nothing aside from strategy, and she's a horrible friend to Spencer and Logan, even though Logan's equally as horrible, but we're gonna save that for another day. But yeah, I agree with this take. Jade is overrated, and I don't like her at all. Okay, next take comes from, oh my god. Okay. Object Boy, you've given me quite a lot to talk about here. So, for the sake of time, we're only going to be reviewing the first 3 takes because the other 2 I already talked about. The 4th take and the 5th take I'll be talking about later in this video anyways, because a lot of people were saying Aura was overrated, which I am surprised about. I didn't think that many people in my group thought she was overrated. But all right, first one, Ellie is still a bad person. Had development faster, more rushed, and less earned than any other character. Her and Jake should have never became friends. Yes, I agree with that one. I think Ellie's still... No, she's not as bad of a person, but I still think she's a bad person still. Number 2, Logan was a great character. I already disagree with his rating. Was only bad in Merge, but even then, as a character in person, he's very forgivable in and of his moves. Maybe question his morality outside of the Zayd vote. He didn't really do anything directly wrong to anyone. The flipping was messy. No. Okay, so there's a lot to dissect here. This is not why I hate Logan. I hate Logan for a completely different reason. The reason why I hate Logan so much is because everything and anything he does wrong, they always find a way for Logan to go away scot-free with no consequences. That's why I hate Logan. It has nothing to do with his gameplay. And also, his actions would be fine if they portrayed him as a bad person, which they obviously aren't. He's supposed to be considered a good person. And also, what made him drop even lower on my tier list is because the comic ruined everything. Alright, so 4th, Spencer is annoying as heck. He brings drama, but his character is so stupidly repetitive now. He's the exact same person, the exact same player, ruining his social game until people slowly get tired of him. He's asking for his elimination at this point. While I don't fully hate him, I could see him improving. It took way long, and I definitely can call him badly written. He's also not that special to be considered one of the best characters ever. He's really just a younger, non-divorced Alec with more empathy and a semblance of fear. Okay, no, I don't think Spencer is annoying anymore. I think his only outright bad episode is episode 11. Other than that, I think he's completely fine. I won't say he's one of the top 10 characters in the game. That'd be crazy. I don't think he's that good. But I definitely see where you're going with the Alec comparison. Like, Spencer's is carried by plot armor and stuff, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It usually is, but it's not always a bad thing. But yeah, Spencer isn't necessarily annoyingly written. I think he's a good character. Nowhere near the top, but like, I think he's good. Okay, the next take comes from the Gamer Boris, who says Riya is a really well-written winner. No, she's not. She is the farthest thing from well-written. I can't even say that she's badly written. It's worse, way worse. There is genuinely nothing good I can say about her. Like, her arc is horrible. All the dynamics are horrible. She's mediocre at best and absolutely insufferable at worst. Like, I'd go as far as to say that she's worse than Logan, Gabby, and Olivia combined. That's how bad she is. I could probably make a whole video dedicated to her, but I don't have the patience for that, so we're just gonna leave it at that. Next one comes from Ken, who says Ashley is one of the worst characters in this adventure game. It is very overrated. I don't think she's one of the worst characters. I think she's just mid. And yes, she is extremely absurdly overrated. I don't get the appeal at all. She's the worst character in season 1. Actually, it's either her or Derek. I'd probably say Derek is slightly better. And also, D-Cast. Literally all she does is be Jake and Allie's babysitter. That's all she does. I don't know why she gets so much love. Her character was completely wasted, and then she got screwed over because of Jake. So Ashley is extremely overrated, and I agree with this take. All right, next comment comes from King Bob, who says James is one of, if not the most overrated character ever. All right, the door's that way, buddy. Let's pack it up. Let's get out of here. Okay, I'm joking, but yeah, this take is atrocious. I can't lie. How is James anywhere close to overrated? I think he has the best storyline in season 2. He's the best winner. He's also one of the few characters that was an absolute dog in D-Cast. And also that he's just a great character all around. He's really funny. And yeah, there's just what's to hate about James? I don't understand. But yeah, I disagree so hard with this take. Moving on. This one's also a longer take. This one's from TDI Queen, who says Huntally was a better match than Huntess, even if their relationship was toxic. The problem with Huntess is that Hunter and Tess are way too similar to be together. Don't get me wrong. Every partners are pretty different to each other. I mean, I still think Huntress would be way more healthy than a Huntally, but if we talk about match, those two were too similar to each other. And I feel like some Huntress sippers are just Allie haters who want her to be alone, only targeting the ones who hate both Huntally and Huntally. Okay, I see where you're going with this, and I can't say I disagree. I wouldn't say Huntally would be a better ship than Huntress. I think Huntress is infinitely better than Huntally, but yes, Hunter and Tess are really similar, but they also have 10 times better chemistry than Huntally, which is why I like them better, and that's why majority of the community likes Huntress more than Huntally. So yeah, I disagree. Alright, next hot take comes from Bruno Disventure, who says Tess and Emily have to be the most overrated characters in the whole show. I do think that Tess is overrated, not much Emily's. Yeah, Tess is probably one of the more overrated characters. She's probably top 5. I don't think she's that good. Not to say that she's bad. There's nothing she's done wrong. It's just that a lot of other people overshadow her in every season except DC2. So next we have another lengthy one, which is from It's Ivy, who says, when characters like Aiden, Natalia, etc. make bad strategic decisions, people hate so quickly, saying they are stupid. But when characters like Spencer or Ara do bad strategic things, everyone glazes them for being iconic. There is some truth to this. Okay, so Natalia is known for making bad moves. I don't know what the fandom's problem with that is. I think the only reason people hate Natalia so much for that is because she got Anastasia out. I feel like that's the only reason. Aiden, he's made multiple boneheaded plays. Yeah, eliminating Ernesto so fast, like that was stupid. I don't know why he did that. I get it, but also the fandom does call out Spencer and Ara for their BS if they make a bad strategic play. Like most of the fandom likes Ara, but there's also a big portion of the fandom who thinks that she's overrated. And there are a few in this comment section, so thanks for that. Her next hot take says, why are people hating on Lake for flipping once and calling her a flop? That's bad at strategy, but glazed the frick out of Allie. Allie has much worse strategy than half the characters, similar to my first take. Yes, this is absolutely true. I think like half the fandom turned on Lake for one blunder, strategic blunder. I don't know why they did that. I mean, yeah, the play was bad. There's no denying that, but Lake was never known for her being good at strategy. She kind of just goes with the flow. Allie, on the other hand, has made multiple strategic blunders, and the fandom still likes her. For whatever reason, I don't know why people like her so much in DC5. She literally does nothing other than betray Benji, which was an awful writing decision. I don't know why they did that. Honestly, I would have preferred it was if it was the other way around. I feel like it would have been way more rewarding for Benji to turn on Allie instead of what we actually got. But it's neither here nor there. They're both eliminated now, even though I want Benji to come back. Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I agree. Her next take says, Benji and Hannah are the most overrated characters in the entire show. I want someone to name 3 good qualities about both of them. Okay. Hannah, I can't do that. I think she has a decent personality and a decent dynamic with Logan. That's about it. As for Benji, I like him. He doesn't do anything in season 5, I will give you that. But that's more of a writing problem and not anything he actually did. In season 4, I really liked him. He had a little strategic side. His humor wasn't really there, like, at all. He had no humor, but that's not really why I liked him. He felt like the most real character in the cast, so that's why I liked him. Other than Zayd. Zayd is the only other person I'd call relatable and the most realistic character in the DC forecast, because everybody else is very emotional. Let's say that. But yeah, I agree with Hannah, disagree with Benji. I don't know how he's overrated now. Her last take says, none of the staff members are all that interesting as characters. This really shouldn't be a hot take, but it somehow is. Yeah, I agree. None of the staff characters are really all that interesting. I think the closest we got to that is probably Crystal, but like, her arc is over and we're probably never seeing her again. That's probably for the best. But yeah, I agree with this take. Alright, next take comes from Jay Hunky, who says, Adventure Camp Season 3, Episode 14 isn't that bad. It's really not. I don't know why so many people hate it. I personally think it's like one of the best decast merge episodes because of how unserious it is. I mean, Gabby's elimination isn't good. It's not. But I couldn't care less because I hate Gabby and decast, so I can let that slide. Decast Episode 14 is the most unserious episode, and that's why I love it. it completely throws me off of how bad Riya is, Jake is, Alec is, Ali is, Gabby is. Like, there are only 3 good characters. That doesn't even matter because everybody else is doing funny TikTok dances. As soon as I saw the TCast episode 14 thumbnail, I knew this was going to be a good one.
Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. 2 foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with y'all. Mini skirt on.
I don't want to be a part of this generation anymore.
The things we do for money.
Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. 2 foreign cars.
Like, come on, tell me that isn't comedy gold. Anyway, next take we have is from The Fallen Angel, who says, Dunya and R are heavily overrated and villains won't win this season. I don't know if this is a hot take, but lots of people think they will. I agree with both. I don't think R is that good, nor do I think Dunya is that good, but I do still like her. As for the villains thing, there's no way in heck a villain is winning the season. The only villain that could even come close to that is Sam, and now that we know that there's a jury vote, he is 100% screwed, so I don't think a villain is going to win. Alright, next take comes from this guy. I'm not going to pronounce the username because it's in a different language, who says, I actually think Aubrey was pretty entertaining, which I agree. I think she was pretty entertaining. You know what would be funny? If Aubrey returns just to get to the jury and then she would tell everybody in the cast, like, I was right! That'd be funny. But yeah, I agree with this take. Alright, only a few more takes to go. This one's from CEO of Anastasia, who says, Fans versus favorites is actually pretty good. No, it is not. It is hot garbage. I only have positive things to say about episode 8 and 13. Every other episode is C tier or lower, not to mention half the cast is absolute dog crap. So, yeah, it's not a good season at all. I don't think I need to explain why it's bad. So, yeah, I disagree. Alright, this next take comes from Kitchen Sink Teapot, who says, Magma take, but All Stars might be my favorite season along season 2. All I can say for now is that I felt the season was so misty, it somewhat felt intriguing. Holy crap, this is a spicy take. Absolutely not. DCast is filled to the brim with bad characters and bad storylines. Nothing about that season is good besides Gret, Yule, and the early boots. That's all. Everything else is hot garbage. So no, this DCast is nowhere near a good season, and I disagree with this take so heavily. Alright, the last take of the video comes from Aiden for Lifer, who says, I don't have any good hot takes, so maybe Aiden deserved to make early merge in season 5. I don't think he needed to, but I wouldn't have minded it. I think he's a fine pre-merge villain, and I think the return challenge is where his Adventure Camp arc should leave off, and he probably shouldn't return ever again. So yeah, I agree somewhat with this take. That is all the takes for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys really showed the meaning of hot takes for this video. I got 65 comments, which is more than I thought I'd ever get on a single post, but thank you guys, and thank you for 400 subscribers. Actually, we're already at 450, well, technically 460 as I'm recording this video, and I hope we hit 500 by the end of next week, so see you later.